Hey y'all, it's Ann from What's Up Family Home. Welcome back to my kitchen, and today we are doing a Bisquick collab, and it's hosted by Justina at Justina's Country Kitchen, and she has an amazing channel. I hope you'll go check out her channel. I'll have it linked down below, so go like and subscribe and join her YouTube family. And I am doing 3 recipes. I cannot believe what you can make from Bisquick. Sorry, this cat's over here eating, so if you hear it, that's what you hear. But I made breakfast, I made a biscuit, and a sweet biscuit, and I made a dinner casserole all yesterday, and we ate Bisquick all day yesterday, and it was so good. And I cannot believe what all you can make, and I've looked through recipes, and I found some great ones, so you'll get some more in the coming weeks because I really enjoyed these recipes. So I hope you enjoy these Bisquick recipes, and I'll turn you around and let's get started. All right, this first one is going to be a sausage breakfast casserole with Bisquick. It calls for a pound of sausage. This is all I have, so I am going to put some of these tater tots in here. I like to use tater tots. Sometimes I'll cook them and then I'll chop them up, and they're kind of like hash browns because I don't have any hash browns, but I'm trying to use up everything in my freezer that I can, in my pantry and everything. So I'm going to put the tater tots in here with the sausage and cook them together so I can chop them up into hash browns because I love potatoes, and I'm going to add some onions too to this recipe. I've got to add that too because I love all that stuff. So it's going to be a yummy casserole. So I'm going to go ahead and cook my sausage and put my tater tots in there and let those get cooking together and get all the flavor onto the tater tots from the sausage. Alright, I've got my sausage and my hash browns, and I've also got an onion in there, and I just chopped it all up with my meat chopper, and I sprayed the 9x13 pan. So now we're going to go to the Bisquick part. And this calls for 1.5 cups of the Bisquick. And I've got 4 eggs here. And I'm going to add that into the mix. And I'm adding in 2 cups of milk. I didn't have quite 2 cups of milk, so I added in some water, and hopefully that won't hurt it. But I'm just going to mix this. It says mix it until well combined. I'm always worried, like when I make pancakes or waffles, it seems like I over mix it all the time. So I'm kind of paranoid to mix it in well. All right, I think that is well enough. And also, I did read down in the recipe, and it does say you can use 2 cups of hash browns. So I'm like, good. So I've got 1.5 cups. Got 1.5 cups of cheese that I'm going to add. And then I'll mix that around. It does say that, well, in the directions it does say to use maple syrup if you would like. I do not want to put maple syrup in this. And it does say hot sauce, so I don't think I'm going to use it because the kids might eat this, so Doug can always put it on top. All right, now we're going to pour it evenly over the sausage. This looks good already. I think we got a little bit that wasn't combined right there. Mix that in. All right, that's it. I'm going to put it in the oven, 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. All right, for this next recipe, it's going to be cinnamon raisin biscuits. And I don't know if you have a Bojangles near you, but they had the best cinnamon raisin biscuits. I don't know if they still sell them, but I found this recipe and I thought I would try and recreate it. I am only doing half the recipe. So I was going to show you what I added, but then I'm like, I've got to add. I feel like that woman, you know, that's thinking and has got all those math problems going around in her head. That was me. So I'm like, I'm just going to put it in a bowl, and I'll tell you what I put in. The recipe calls for 2 cups of Bisquick. I'm only putting in 1. It calls for 1/3 cup sugar, so I had to figure out how much that is. So, of course, I had to ask Siri, and it's 5 tablespoons and a teaspoon. So I did that with that. Then I put in less than a third of a cup of raisins. Well, I did the 5 tablespoons of that, but I just basically eyeballed the raisins. I've got a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that's what I'm going to add. All I need now is my 1/4 of a cup of milk, because that's half of a half. Someone said in the comments that that wasn't enough liquid to moisten the biscuits, and I think that is true. So I ran out of milk, and I'm using evaporated milk. I did mix water in there with it for that 1/4 of a cup, but I'm just going to sit there and pour that straight in there. All right, I'm going to stir this up, and then I'll come back and we will put these on an ungreased baking sheet. It says ungreased, so I didn't grease my pan. And it doesn't really tell you how big to make them. So we shall see if this is right. All right, so I'm gonna get these on the pan and then we'll come back. All right, I got 7 out of that, so I'm gonna put them in the oven. It says preheat to 425 and bake for 12 to 15 minutes. And I just made the casserole, and it said 25 to 30 minutes, and it's still not done. So I'm going to go ahead and start it in the oven, and it's 350 degrees. All right, y'all, I'm going to make a glaze. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it because I don't have that much vanilla left. I'm not sure how much it is. And I will have the exact recipe down below, but I'm just making a glaze. Remember, I'm using evaporated milk, so I'm adding a little bit of water also. So my biscuits stuck. So it says ungreased. I would definitely grease your pan. So I'm going to get these on a plate and glaze them, and then we'll come back and try them. I got my coffee over here waiting. It's going to be good. And I've also got my casserole out of the oven. I'm letting that cool off, and then I'll cut that and see how that is as well. It looks really good, but it did take longer than 30 minutes. It probably took maybe 35 minutes. I think next time I will make smaller biscuits because these are kind of flat, but I'm sure they'll be good. I'm just going to pour the glaze over the top. These smell so good. So good. I'll try it and let you know how I like it. Y'all, I drank my coffee black with this, but it was so good. It was just enough sweetness where I didn't even have to have anything in my coffee, but this was delicious. And I did forget about them. I didn't set the timer, so they got a little brown, but these are amazing. I will definitely make this again. I will buy Bisquick just for this. This cinnamon raisin biscuit is so good. So you need this in your life, I'm telling you. So make sure you make these cinnamon raisin biscuits, and I'm going to make some blueberry ones next time with maybe some lemon. Oh my goodness. So many possibilities, but that is a delicious recipe from Bisquick you've got to try. All right, y'all, I did forget to add salt and pepper to taste. That was the only thing that it needed salt. It doesn't taste like it has Bisquick in it. It just tastes like if you put sausage and egg together with some hash browns. This is really delicious. I just wished I would have had salt in there, but I think next time I will use bacon, and I want to also use some green chilies. I think that would be amazing in this, but this is so easy to make it your own and add different things to it. Those hash browns, I think, really made them really good, but it just lacked salt. That's the only thing, and that was my fault, not the casserole's fault. It was so light and fluffy. It just tastes like the perfect egg with some sausage and hash brown. So this is definitely another winner that I will make again, and another reason why I will start buying Bisquick again. All right, y'all, I've got extra, so I will put these in the refrigerator, and Doug will have these for breakfast in a couple mornings, and if we don't eat them all, I can always freeze them and have them for later. That way we'll have a little bit of variety, but this is gonna be on our rotation for sure for quick and easy breakfast, since I have to make Doug's breakfast every morning. So these will be really convenient to have in the refrigerator. Okay, the last recipe is going to be an easy cheeseburger bake made with Bisquick. I just browned a pound of ground beef. The recipe calls for more than that, but that's what I had in my freezer. I'm adding that and a block of cream cheese that I had in my refrigerator. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ranch powder to the pan. I drain the grease out of the ground beef. So now I'm going to let it sit here and get the cheese a little bit softer, and then I'm going to mix it all in together and combine it, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, it's nice and creamy, and I'm supposed to put it in the pan, but I'm going to add some green chilies because I think that would really be good. It's not in the recipe, but I'm going to stir that around and get it warmed up, and then I'm going to put this in the bottom of the pan. And this is a take on the Impossible cheeseburger pie, but I've never even made one, but this is a different version, so I thought I'd make something different. I don't know if somebody else is going to make this, but I think this is going to be even better. And it calls for mushrooms, and I'm not using mushrooms. So I'm going to mix this around, and then we'll put this on the pan and assemble this cheeseburger pie. All right, y'all, I've got the meat here in the pan. Now I'm going to do the Bisquick topping. I've got 1.5 cups of Bisquick here. I've already put in pepper. Calls for pepper. It didn't call for salt, so I'm putting in salt because I did not get any salt in that Bisquick breakfast one, so I'm going to make sure I get this well seasoned. And I've already got some onion powder in there and pepper as well, because I just have a regular pepper grinder, so I never measure it. I just put some in there. So I've got 1.5 cups of milk here, and I have 4 eggs, and I've already scrambled them in here. So that way, it'll just make it a lot faster and easier. So I'm just going to pour this together. Sorry, my camera cut off. Well, the battery went dead. So I am going to add all the cheese, except I'm going to reserve some for the top. So I'm going to go ahead and stir this all in, and that will be the topping that I'll pour over the meat. All right, I've got that all combined, so I'm just going to pour it evenly over the meat, the ground beef, the cream cheese, and the green chilies. This is going to be so good. All right, I've got my oven preheated to 400. I'm going to put it in there for 30 minutes. I'll take it out and check it, and I'll put the cheese on there that I have left over, and then I'll put it back in there and bake it the rest of the way. All right, it's been in there 30 minutes. I'm going to lay some of the cheese down on the top, the rest of the cheese that I have in the bowl. I was putting the cheese on there, my camera cut off. I'm using my phone because my camera's battery's dead, so something happened. But I put cheese on it, put it back in there, and it melted. And now I'm just going to wait and let it set up so I can cut it. I've got some corn going, and I've also got some zucchini and onions. I am getting zucchini hot and heavy out of the garden, so I thought I would just make a simple side dish. And I'm going to make some corn. I didn't grill it like last time, but I made this delicious sauce, and I'm hoping it's still good. It's just sour cream, mayonnaise, and cilantro, and I'll put Parmesan and lime and chili powder on the corn. And I will link that video that I did the summer sides. That was the best corn I've ever had, so you've got to try this. And I just wanted to make something simple because it's 8:30. I've been out in the garden messing around, so I got to get dinner on the table. So I'll come back and we'll taste that cheeseburger pie. All right, y'all, I got it out of the pan. This is really good. It still tastes like it needs a little bit more seasoning. I didn't put basil in there, but I think it would do. I think I would put more onion powder in it next time and more salt and pepper. But it's really good, and I am glad I put those green chilies in there. It gave it a delicious flavor. So I'm really impressed with the Bisquick, and I will definitely be using that in some more recipes for sure. I paired it with my zucchini and onions and that corn. You've got to try that corn as well. So it is almost 9 o'clock, so I'm going to enjoy my dinner and enjoy my Bisquick cheeseburger pie. I hope you enjoyed watching. These recipes were really good, and that cinnamon raisin biscuit was my all-time favorite. I'll definitely make that again. And I want to thank Justina for hosting. And if you want to see all the videos in this collab, just hashtag Bisquick Bash and you will find all the videos in the collab. And I can't wait to watch because I found some great recipes, so I will be bringing you some more. I can't wait to try all the recipes, so I've got to get some more Bisquick. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please go check out Justina's channel and like and subscribe. And if you're coming from her channel or any of the others in the collab, I just want to say hey and welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, I just want to thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. So I'll see you guys in the next video.